congratulations. Statement sent to the rest of the Betfred World Matchplay field there.
Yeah, I mean, I played well there. I felt, like I said in my other interview I just did, I felt comfortable, and that's what I mark my performances on. Sometimes I can play really well and not feel my best, but today I did feel my best. I felt really comfortable, and I put in a great performance there. It is a statement to send, of course, but it's just the first round. It's still a long way to go.
There's something special about that stage, and that's obviously bringing out the best in you as well.
Yeah, last year there was a lot of pressure on my shoulders to go on and do well, and I didn't feel it, but maybe I didn't realise it at the time, and then I didn't perform. This time obviously there's probably even more pressure on my shoulders. I think I've grown up the last 12 months and realised I have to do things for myself. I can't rely on people's opinions to be like putting pressure on myself. He's going to win this, he's going to win it. I got to win it for myself, and I just think I've sort of grown up a lot in the last 12 months, and I felt really, really good up there tonight.
Yeah, look, Duijvenbode up next. You two have had some explosive games recently. Are you looking forward to doing it now on a huge stage over a longer format against them?
Yeah, I said it when I beat him in the European Matchplay. I said it'd be nice if we both play each other, because it can be very explosive and a great game, but I think that was a great game, really. I think 10-2 probably wasn't I say fair scoreline. I just mean that I think Jose was a lot better than the scoreline suggested, and I think me and Dirk, we're heavy scorers, and if we both turn up and play the way we can, it could be a match play classic, definitely.
The way your career's going, it's just on that upward trajectory again. It stalled a little bit about 18 months ago, but you found that extra gear, provisionally world number 4/5, without winning a TV title yet. How much fill you with confidence that you've got that high without adding one?
Yeah, I've lost my UK Open final off my rankings as well, so I've literally got no even a major final on my rankings at the moment, and that just proves I'm pretty consistent. I think winning these European tours really do help. But yeah, it shows I'm consistent without being as good as I want to be. If I can win that major, it could propel me well into the top 4, maybe top 3 after the World. So, but like I said, this is the first round I've won. I'm not going to get excited. I've got 4 big tough games to go yet before I'm winning a major. So yeah, I think Wednesday night I play. It's going to be a very, very tough game, but we'll take one game at a time.
How much did you take from Poland? Because although it was a defeat to Michael, the manner of your performance must fill you with confidence that you can produce that level against the very best on the biggest stages.
Yeah, that was one of the performances where Michael was just playing like Michael does. Sometimes I think when Michael plays his best, no one can touch him. That's just the way it is. I understand that myself. I play my best, he plays his best. Michael will still win because he's got a level that no one can touch. But he produced the goods there and played amazing. And like you said, I didn't play bad myself, so I walked away from that performance not too disappointed, because I did what I could do, and Michael was just clinically better. But you always take a good bit of confidence out of playing decent in a game. Thank you very much. Cheers.
You showed some real killer instinct there to get rid of the legs, and even when Jose was playing well, you feel like you're starting to show more of that.
Yes, I think for me, I feel like sometimes in them crucial moments I can let them get away from me, and I can allow people to work their way back into the game and miss opportunities. But tonight I didn't. It was very clinical. I wasn't messing about on the doubles, and except for the last leg, obviously I made a meal of that in the end. But yeah, I felt really, really clinical, and I wasn't like I said, messing around. And I think in the last 12 months I've grown up a lot, and I don't allow a lot of people to get back into the game. But Jose played well. I can't fault him. He pushed me the whole way, and I don't think 10-2 was a scoreline that reflects how well he played.
You talk about growing up a lot in the last 12 months. What are some of the learning points and things that you've learned over that time?
I think putting pressure on myself too much. I think sometimes, when everyone expects you to win tournaments, you put so much pressure on yourself. I've got to win to prove everyone right. But for me, I'm doing this for myself and my fans as well. I don't want to put pressure on myself. I've got to allow the process, because if I'd have lost that game, it is what it is. You can't put too much pressure on yourself. I've had a great last 2 weeks winning them 2 ranking titles, and there was nothing to say that I would have gone and played well. It's all on the day, but like I said, I've grown up a lot, and I'm starting to prove that I'm one of the top 8 players in the world for sure now on a consistent basis.
Does that pressure come from the outside as well? Because when you're doing what you're doing on the European Tour, on the Pro Tour, and you're hitting these big averages like you've done tonight, people expect things of you?
I mean, that's what comes with the pressure of being in our top 8. People expect you to be, putting in these great performances all the time. If I'm doing it on the European Tour, averaging 110, 108, 105 all the time, people think, well, you got to do up on the, the Sky Sports cameras and stuff. It wasn't as big as my average can be, but I did play decent there, and except for that last leg, the first 11 legs were very, very clinical from myself, and if I can keep that up, I'm going to be a dangerous player and a hard person to beat.
The UK Open final has been mentioned before, and obviously where you are in the world rankings. Does winning a major title seem like the next big step, the next sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the next logical step for me. I've pretty much won all I can without the major title. It's a major title and the world title, obviously the only two missing from my CV, but I'm in no rush from both. I'm playing well, I'm doing well. The last 2 years have been great for my career, and like you said before, I'm fifth in the world without winning a major. So the next thing is to win that major, and I can propel myself into the top 4, which I always dreamed of. And then I can look forward to being in the Premier Leagues and stuff like this. But there's no pressure on my shoulders. I'm just enjoying darts and enjoying playing how I am at the moment.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Luke, given how well you've been playing recently, what were your own expectations coming into this tournament?
I mean, like I just played, that was my expectation to play really well, and I didn't expect Jose to play as well as he had, because obviously I know he's been struggling with his knee, and he's not been playing at his best. But I think he played really well there and pushed me all the way. But unfortunately for him, I was on my game there, and I was clinical, and I didn't allow him back in the game, and I was really happy with that performance.
What can we expect from that game against, as you mentioned, it could be classic?
I mean, it could be a classic, or it could be boring. No one knows. These games are either brilliant or they're not. It could be 105 averages between us, 21 80s, or it could be 85 averages, and everyone's like, "What's going on here?" That's the thing that happens when you put two, really explosive players together. It's either good or it's not, and if it's good, then everyone will definitely enjoy it. And I believe that if we both turn up and play our best, it could be a match play classic for sure. But I just got to focus on what I'm doing, how I'm playing, and if I can perform like that again, then Dirk's going to have his work cut out for sure. Thank you.
Luke, well done. Did it sort of feel as comfortable up there as it looked? Because, like you said, maybe the scoreline didn't entirely reflect Jose's performance there, but he never really seemed under the shout of winning that one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the scoreline didn't reflect how close the game was in certain legs. I think 10-2 was quite flattering on my part, even though I played well. I think Jose played really well, but unfortunately for him, I was as good as he was on his own legs. He was on sort of like 108, 181 or 187 after 6, and I just sort of won it in 12, and he was very unlucky, and sometimes that's just the way darts goes. But yeah, it is a flattering scoreline, but I think he played a lot better than what the scoreline suggests, like I said. But I was very clinical there, and didn't allow him to come back at me.
And just on Blackpool, is this an event you enjoy playing? Obviously, you said in your interview on stage that you think it's the second biggest tournament, but is it a venue and a place you enjoy coming to and playing in?
Yeah, it's a great place to come. I always take my stepdaughter and my son and my girlfriend. We always come here as a family, and it's a great place for all of us to come. So yeah, we enjoy coming here. We love it, and it's just that one tournament now that I think I really want to push on and go on and do something great at. I've had some great memories at the World. I'd love a great memory here at the World Matchplay, because like you said, I think it's the second biggest major in the sport, and for my goal is to make the final. But of course, I take each game as it comes, because you can't just push and think make to the final. I've got a lot of tough games to go yet, but yeah, I want to make some great memories here, because it's an iconic venue.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you.